Good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And the birds are chirping and the sun is coming up and the trees have finally opened their buds. So we're on to spring. So let's do some breathing. Spending some time doing quite a bit of breathing this morning. So let's see where we go. Good morning, Nancy. You're the first one popping on today. We're just going to do some breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Next one a little deeper. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Welcome, welcome. It says 2 of you are here, so welcome to whomever else is on. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now return to your regular breath and just notice what's different having done 3 deeper breaths. What do you notice? Now returning to deep, deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Joe Neal. Everybody's starting to find us now. This is good. Welcome to the Practical Rebels. Glad you are here. And today's going to be a good day. Yes, we're setting intention. Today is going to be a good day. Today already is a good day. Interestingly, our card may sound otherwise, but I think when we do a perspective shift from what's right in front of my nose to the big picture, a bigger picture, I think the tone of the card will change in your heart. So we'll see what you think. So we have the Light Seers Tarot deck from Chris Ann. It's my little pocket deck, which I really like those little pocket decks because the cards fit so well in my hand compared to the regular size decks. So, and again, this card may look a little dark, but think about our world. Think about our world and where we're at right at the moment. And then I think when I read the Light Seer side, the Shadow Seer side, and the part that's speaking directly to us, it'll fit into a larger context and make some interesting sense, some useful sense. So here is our card. That poor heart. This is the 3 of Swords. So, the Light Seer part. Painful separation, loss, heartbreak, an opportunity to heal, shadows coming to light. If that's not what's happening right now, I don't know what is. Shadow coming into the light. Finding inspiration again. And it may be that what inspired you previously is no longer working. That makes total sense right here, right now. Okay? The Shadow Seer side, in case the card had come out upside down, which it did not. It was direct, not reverse. But again, I find it useful to share that part of the message as well. Shadow Seer side, not accepting loss. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. Glad you were here. A need to heal. Being stuck in your grief or sadness. Not seeing the part you played in loss or heartbreak. It's always at least a two part process. There's the other person's part of what happened. There's our part of what happened. Even if you feel like your part of it was only reactive in nature, and I use the word only kind of tongue in cheek, all right? We contribute to the unfolding of our lives. We are co-creating our lives. So if something untoward is happening, we need to own our part in creating that. What's going on in our world right now, we have energetically created that. And so we might want to ask ourselves, why would we create that? I think a huge piece of it is so much operating in fear and scarcity. Fear and scarcity. If we could get rid of those 2, if we could learn to address those 2, fear and scarcity, in much healthier ways, the world would be a whole lot better. So what's your part in that? you learning to deal with fear and scarcity in much better ways. This ain't it. This ain't it. This is the reaction to fear and scarcity. All right? So here's the part where it's talking to us, where it's describing the card and speaking directly to us. So take a breath. Opening yourself to receive the message. I truly, truly want to hear this, okay? Really own, I want to hear this. I'm co-creating my world. Somehow I've created some of this. I need to hear what I need to hear. So here it is. Heartbroken, she falls to her knees and screams to the universe for a second chance. Separation can come in many forms, from the loss of a relationship or identity to the disintegration of belief, purpose, and goals. How many people right now are feeling like their whole reason for living has been chucked, has been destroyed, sometimes through their choices, sometimes through what seems like outside influence. Seems like, okay? Separation from what we thought we had, note those words, what we thought we had, can mark painful moments in our lives. If you find yourself amidst wavering realities and losing something that feels near and dear to your heart, know that this too shall pass. And know that I know, good morning, Barb, know that I know that those words sound trite and can really be, I'll pick the word irritating, when someone says them to you when you're in the throes of feeling that loss. This too shall pass. Sounds like a platitude, doesn't it? But there is great wisdom in that. There is great wisdom in that. All right, let's keep going. This severing, although painful, is a necessary part of the process. I think that line right there is worth the whole card reading. This severing, though painful, is a necessary part of the process. Despite all proof to the contrary, your brightly lit future will arrive because of this experience. Out of chaos, order. Good morning, Beth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Out of chaos, order. Are many of us feeling the pain of watching how people are being hurt in this process? Oh yes, oh yes. We can't diminish that. But out of this chaos and upheaval and wounding can arrive some cracks in the calcified systems that were not working, that we can then pick at those cracks, make them a little wider, allow the light to shine through, allow healthy stuff to begin to develop. And I'm in no way saying what others have intended is going to be healthy stuff. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there is the opportunity in the pain and the chaos and the disorder to find something healthier and put that forward. All right? Again, I'm going to read that line. Despite all proof to the contrary, your brightly lit future will arrive because of this experience. Here's the acknowledgement that this is not easy. Tie yourself to your light and prepare to spend some time nurturing your tender spirit. How do you get these tender shoots of change to grow in this brutal world in which we live right now? That's our job. That's our job. Tending to those tender shoots of hope, of possibility, of healthiness, healthy things. These shadowy times are always opportunities to become stronger and more resilient. So give yourself time to heal. Take more conscious time to heal. Maybe you mark a day off on your calendar. Okay, I'm going to do real life today. I'm going to be in nature. I'm going to walk through the floral store. I'm going to go sit by the water. I'm going to do some journaling. Take a day. Take a day. Do you have sick leave? Use one of those days. Do you have Paid time off, use one of those days. Take the time you need to just be. Maybe you do a media wash. No social media for an entire day. And pay attention to how does that feel to you? How does that feel to you? Social media is addictive stuff. It is not healthy for our brains. Not at all. Here, we attempt to curate positive stuff and get the message out using social media. I'm well aware. I'm on social media right now, right? But how many of us think about watching TV back in the day, for those oldie moldy ones like me? Back in the day, I'm going to watch this one show, and pretty soon we're sitting there for 3 hours watching a bunch of drivel because we didn't turn it off after our one show. How easily sucked in to doom scrolling are we? It happens really easily. Maybe it takes setting an alarm on your phone. I'm going to watch Bonnie, I'm going to watch so-and-so, I'm going to watch so, and then I'm getting off. I'm done. Set a timer so it disrupts your process, so you don't just fall into going on that. Taking mental health moments. Yes, I was working with a client last night who's from a big city and does not like her job. And so she talked about it, and it almost slipped past without us really celebrating it. Rushing back from lunch to work and stopping outside the building and turning to face the sun and making a commitment to herself to stand there for 10 minutes soaking up some sunshine because her office isn't conducive to sunlight. So she did it. Applause, applause. Yes, we need to celebrate those times when we take the pause. So this morning, when the birds started, I was awake. I heard the first bird start singing. I celebrated that moment. That was a cool thing. That was a really cool thing. And I paid attention and noticed it. Again, I go back to Deepak Chopra's insightful comment about the park offers something different to the person who speeds past in their car or the person who strolls through. A whole different experience. Those opportunities are out there. Some of them right on the other side of the veil saying, hey, avail yourself of me. Be present for me. I'm the sunshine. I'm the warmth. I'm the smell of the hyacinths blooming. I'm the tree that's budding out. Pay attention to me. Stay present with me. Do we listen? Are we listening? Okay, back to where we were. These shadowy times are always opportunities to become stronger and more resilient. So give yourself time to heal. And know that you will love, thrive, and find inspiration again soon. The affirmation is, my heart remains tender and open. What would be good for her to do that would help her heart remain tender and open? Right now it looks shredded, right? How can she remain tender and open? By caring for herself, right? By acknowledging this hurt and this loss, by being present with it, not shutting it off, not shutting herself off, not putting on the armor, but being present with this, holding her wounded heart lovingly, giving it space and opportunities and time to heal. Breathing. Let's breathe right now. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Oh, that felt good. Another one. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. By believing that there's some value, something useful in this painful, hurtful process, whatever it is. Might be the loss of a relationship, might be the loss of a job, might be a fight with a friend, might be some alienation from family. There's all kinds of opportunities to be feeling this crappy right now, right? But what do you do with this? Can you sit with that pain? Can you love yourself in the midst of that pain? Can you take impeccably good care of yourself? How do you do that? For some of you, it could be, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. I'm just going to sit with my cup of tea. For me, the stillness, the silence and the stillness, just being present. It might be honoring it by journaling about it. It might be honoring it by journaling about the blessings that I see coming out of it, even if I'm not feeling those blessings yet. Even just acknowledging that blessings are possible to come out of the terrible, horrible, awful, crappy stuff that happens as a part of life. Jonelle and I are actually planning that as kind of our topic for the next, hang on, gotta find my words. Common ground conversations. And I didn't find my words, it just popped in. Yay me. That's going to be our topic for the next Common Ground Conversations, is living life fully and understanding that part of living life fully is this. This is a part of life. And I was telling someone yesterday about a client I had many years ago, and I was using hypnosis with her at that point, that in the hypnosis, as we were working through an abuse memory, the taste of lemon sherbet came back to her. And when we were done with the process and done with that healing, she said, you know, that taste of lemon sherbet got locked off with the abuse. So in retrieving the abuse and working it through, I retrieved this lovely memory. Because when we lock stuff off, when we put the armor on, does it just cover our heart? No, it covers all of us, right? So we close everything off in response to our wounded heart. Yep, so Barb's saying stillness is so important, and being in nature, fresh air. Yes. Even if you only take a couple minutes, roll your car window down. And yeah, if you're on the freeway, that might not be a whole lot of fun. But when you're just about to where you're going, roll your car window down a little bit. Smell the air. Hopefully it's good smelling air, right? And if it's not, maybe that's part of this process. Because as we have our wounded hearts, we've also wounded Mother Earth. So when we notice something about Mother Earth that is bearing our wounds, wouldn't it behoove us to help that heal? Maybe it's picking up a bag of garbage as you're walking. Maybe it's cleaning up stuff on the beach when you're there saying hello to the water. Whatever it is, right? Maybe it's planting a tree to help clean up the air. Whatever it is that you are going to do to avail yourself of Mother Earth's beauty and to provide beauty back to Mother Earth, right? So that's our card for today. Yes, again, a kind of a dark card, but acknowledging that this is an intimate part of our earth walk. The pain, the agony, the losses, the separation, the defeats, all that is a part of the earth walk. And the more we can embrace it and allow it, the more we actually move through it more easily and on to the next thing that's actually lovely. So, on this fine Thursday, I wish you a beautiful day. Go forth and find beauty. Go forth and look for blessings. They're all there. Regardless of how gnarly, yucky, whatever something is, look for the blessings. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.